Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Pulse. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer for this digital broadcast. Thanks for being here with me today on this Tuesday, February 3rd. I have 4 Morning Pulse headlines for you out of southeast Minnesota and northern Iowa, and then I'll touch a little bit on the weather, and then I'll let you go about your day. So we are going to start with a story that is something that is happening today in Minnesota that we want you to know about. So state leaders here will be coming together today to address the impact of the federal government's immigration crackdown and what that has had on children and families in the state of Minnesota. So Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison are going to be the primary speakers at this news conference. According to the governor's office, it's supposed to begin around 12:45 this afternoon. Along with Governor Walz and AG Ellison, some leadership from the Minnesota Department of Education as well as school officials from the Twin Cities will be speaking about this topic as well at this event. You can look for coverage of this on air and on our digital platforms for KTTC. Again, that is slated to get underway at around 12:45, and we will look to bring you coverage of that later today. Next up, we have something that's actually happening right now. Rochester's business community looking to the future at the 2026 Economic Summit. This is an annual summit. It offers a close-up look at how the city's economy is doing as we kind of get started into a new year. And it also gives a snapshot of the year ahead for the regional and national economy. Like I mentioned, this summit is currently underway down at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester. At this event, there are several panel discussions, some insight shared into economic trends that are impacting local businesses, as well as a presentation by the Rochester Area Chamber of Commerce, kind of about the business outlook survey that it puts on. So again, this is happening right now at the Mayo Civic Center. You can look for an update on what took place and what kind of information came out of this year's Economic Summit on our noon news today, as well as on our website, kttc.com. Our third Morning Pulse story for you today is a traffic alert that could impact your evening commute, so we want to let you know about that. It starts at 8 o'clock tonight. That's when MnDOT crews are going to begin placing beams on the I-90 bridge over the Cedar River in Austin. So if that is a part of your commute or a stretch of road that you frequent, listen up. This is going to cause a couple of brief delays for drivers this evening and into the overnight. So state troopers are going to be slowing and stopping traffic in that area in both directions while those construction crews place each of those beams into place. So we're told this work is going to last until 6 a.m. tomorrow. So that is into Wednesday. So just keep that in mind if I-90 near the Cedar River in Austin is a part of your regular commute. All right, our fourth and final Morning Pulse story that we have for you is also something that's happening today that we want to put on your radar. Welding instructors from all across southeast Minnesota are going to be taking over RCTC today for the annual Forge Instructor Training Competition. So this is all about strengthening how welding is taught in the classroom by following more closely with the current industry standards. So the training involves blueprint readings, hands-on welding, direct coaching from industry experts, and a whole lot more. So the competition is taking place over at RCTC's Heinz Center. It gets underway at 9, so in just a little under a half an hour, and goes until 3 o'clock today. Also, this event helps prepare welders for the upcoming Future Forward welding competition, which takes place in April. So this is something that's happening today over at RCTC that we wanted to also put on your radar. All right, those are our news headlines for the day. Quickly, I am going to chat with you briefly about what the weather is like for our Tuesday. Meteorologist Ted Schmidt, as you can see here on our website, kttc.com, has updated the First Alert Weather tab to make sure that you can read or watch what the First Alert forecast is going to be like for our Tuesday. And he says we have another bright and tranquil day ahead of us here, which is awesome. But we can expect some warmer temperatures later this week. So abundant sunshine for our Tuesday, light winds, high temperatures in the upper teens. As the winds are going to be light, he says they'll be generally less than 10 miles an hour. Wind chill values will only be slightly colder than the actual temperature, which is good. But in the coming days, those high temperatures are going to warm from the teens into the 30s, which is a good thing. That is, we haven't seen high temperatures in 30s above zero in several weeks. So it's definitely welcome news for mostly, I would say, most people after kind of that cold stretch of weather that we had been experiencing. So that is your weather report as well as your local news headlines on this Tuesday, February 3rd. Hopefully this was helpful for you. And feel free to come back to our live stream at 9 a.m. Where we will be carrying a sentencing that's happening live for you this morning about a man from Garner, Iowa, who is going to be handed down his sentence from a judge in an attempted kidnapping case that took place last spring. So that's happening at 9 a.m. and we will carry that sentencing live for you right here on our KTTC live stream. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday.